welcome back to my channel. The day I'm filming this is the day before my operation, and I've already kind of tried to film this video. Something's going on with my computer, I don't know what it is, it's not letting me edit anything or do anything, so I'm refilming it. I'm not very well at all today, like absolutely, like not good. So that's why I'm sat down, because I'm just not feeling a-okay. So today I'm doing a book haul, and I also have a very exciting giveaway announcement to tell you about as well. Okay, so I bought some books recently. I was doing really well and then I didn't. So firstly on this list we have They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This is Adam's most recent novel, and it focuses on Matteo and Rufus, who have been told on the same day by a company called Deathcast, who have been accurately able to predict the day of death, the day someone's going to die. They don't know when, like the exact time or how, but they just know that within the next 24 hours this person will die. So they have contacted them to tell them, and then due to loads of sort of unfortunate circumstances they are spending the day alone, so they meet each other on a last friend website where you can find someone to spend your last day with, and they meet up, and this is that day. And this book was very emotional and ruined my life, and Adam Silvera really knows how to make me cry. Yeah. Then I got Autobiography by Christina Lauren, and this book focuses on Tanner, who has moved from California to Utah, and the place that he has moved to in Utah is very heavily Mormon, and his mum was raised by a Mormon family, and when his mum's sister, so his aunt, came out as gay, his aunt got disowned, so his mum has seen the effects that it can have, so she left as well and kind of stuck up for her sister. And Tanner is bisexual, and when he moves to Utah his mum kind of says to him, don't really tell anyone because this town is really heavily Mormon and they won't agree with it. He kind of gets put back into the closet. He ends up taking this class where they have to write a book, but last year the class, someone's book did so well that it's actually going to be published, and that person is called Sebastian. So he ends up taking some of the seminars and classes in Tanner's group. They kind of sort of get together, kind of have a little, like, you know, it starts off as just them helping Sebastian helping Tanner with stuff, but then it develops into more than that. And Sebastian is gay, but he is also Mormon. His family is very heavily Mormon. That's what they believe in. He's training to go on his mission and to become an elder, and it really dealt with it well. Like, it wasn't kind of very sort of stereotypical cliche, oh no, religion, like, oh, kind of thing. It really dealt with that and kind of the finer details of it, and I really liked there was a good bisexual representation, and it kind of really dealt with and turned off bisexual stereotypes, which was really good, because there was a lot in this. Like, at one point Sebastian says to Tanner, why don't you, if you like girls as well, why don't you just like girls? And Tanner's like, it's not how it works. And I was like, yes, it's so true. So I thought that was really good. There were a couple of bits in this which were kind of like cliche, but other than that I really liked it, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. Then I got the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is illustrated by Jim Kay, obviously written by J.K. Rowling, and this is the most recent edition in this illustrated series. I really like this one. I think the illustrations are really good. There were lots of things in it that I was expecting to see that were not in it, but there were also some really cool stuff. I did a whole flip through of this on my channel as well, which I'll link down below if you'd like to go and watch that, where I just literally go through the whole book. But yeah, it's really pretty and really nice, and I like it a lot. Then I got Christadora by Tim Murphy, and this is one that I have not read yet. This is set around a building in the East Village with the same name, and it spans over 4 decades starting in the 1980s. So it goes through loads of different eras and things and people, and it's kind of exploring all of those lives and all of these different things. This book was in the just kind of general fiction section in Waterstones, and usually, because I usually read quite a lot of young adult stuff, I'm 22 for those that don't know, but I still, like, that's still a young adult, and I get so much from YA stuff. I don't know why people say they're kind of just for kids and everything. So it's really rare that I'll like pop upstairs unless it's to get like a sci-fi or fantasy book. But I saw this and I saw the cover and it kind of drew me in, and then when I read about it I thought it sounded really interesting. I really like New York and learning about different areas in New York and different people that live in New York, and it's such a diverse city and it's really interesting. So when I read the the blurb, I thought, yeah, I'm going to try that one out. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, actually. I think that it's going to be really good, and it's going to be one that I'm definitely going to enjoy. Then I got Electric Dreams by Philip K. Dick. So this is a book of short stories which look at and investigate what it is like to be human in a changing world, and this world and everything that's going on. And they have been adapted for television for Channel 4. And because they are short stories, every episode is a short story, and every episode has been adapted by a different screenwriter. And I found out about this because the third episode has been adapted by Jack Thorne, who co-wrote Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and in it was Anthony Boyle, who played Scorpius Malfoy in the original West End cast, and will be playing Scorpius Malfoy in the original Broadway cast of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I think he's an absolutely fantastic actor. I honestly, he won an Olivier for Scorpius, and it was so well deserved. He's absolutely fantastic, and Jack Thorne is such an incredible writer, so that is how I found out about it. Not even gonna put a pretense up and pretend I knew before that, because I didn't. That's how I knew about it, those two. I thought I want to read this because it kind of had the same vibe as Black Mirror, and I absolutely love Black Mirror. I really enjoyed the stories. I think they had some really good messages and was really good and had some good themes and really did make you think. I think Black Mirror is a bit more, if that makes sense, but these were really good and I really did enjoy them. Then I got It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne. This is Holly's most recent book. It literally has only just come out, and this is about Audrey, and she meets a boy called Harry, and she kind of knows that he's sort of every cliche movie, you know, movie cliche, romantic cliche kind of rolled into one, but she lets him in anyway, and it's that story. I really like Holly Bourne's work. I think she's really good. I think she's a really good writer, and she has some really good stories and tells some really good things. They've always got really good messages and themes in them, so I'm really looking forward to reading her most recent release. Then I got Satellite by Nick Lake, and I haven't read a sci-fi themed book in a really long time. This year I read quite a lot at the beginning of the year, and then I stopped for ages. And this focuses on 15-year-old Leo, who was raised with twins Orion and Libra, and they have been raised on the moon to space station, and they're finally going to be going back home to Earth, which they've never been to before. And I thought that sounded really interesting, so I thought I would pick it up and give it a read, because it definitely drew my attention in kind of reading about that, because usually the books are going to space, so it'll be interesting to see a different one where they're coming from space to a planet which they've never been to before, but is what we would consider as like our planet and the norm planet, you know, because we would find it weird to live on the moon, but it's going to be vice versa, which I'm really interested to read about. Then I got There's Someone in Your House by Stephanie Perkins, and this is again Stephanie's most recent release. She wrote the Anna and the French Kiss series, and this is about Makani, who didn't really have the best life in her old home in Hawaii, and she has just moved to Nebraska, and she kind of settles back in, makes new friends, feel like everything is okay, and then at Osborne High, her new school, the students begin to die in a series of gruesome murders, and it's everything that unfolds there and what's going on, and everything's a bit weird, and it's trying to figure that out. I'm really excited to see Stephanie write a horror book and to see how she does that, and how she tells that story. And I've heard mixed things about this, but I wanted to give it my own go and see what I thought about it. It's not very long actually, it's quite short, so I'm intrigued to see what it is like. Then I got All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stafata, and Maggie Stafata wrote the Raven Boys series, which I love. This focuses on a place called Picoraro in Colorado, and there is a family there which has the ability to perform unusual miracles. And in this family are 3 cousins, and they're all kind of wanting to do different things and change different things, and they all sort of want their own miracle, and it's kind of exploring them and what they want and what they're doing and everything. And I really like Maggie Stafata. I really like the way she writes, so I don't know too much about this book. I saw it in Waterstones and didn't realise that she was releasing a new one, so I saw it and thought I really need to get this. I really like the way she tells stories, so I decided to pick it up. It's not very long. I think I'm going to take this into the hospital with me tomorrow. Whilst you get like a set time to be in the hospital, that's probably not my actual operation time. I'm probably going to be in the hospital for hours before I even go in to the operation thing. So I probably will take this in with me to read in the morning. It's like 300 pages long, so I reckon I could get like a good chunk done before then. So yeah, I was thinking of taking this Someone Inside Your House with me, because that's also quite short, but should I be reading a book where people die when I'll already be feeling really anxious and scared? Probably not. So then I got The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, and this is signed by Leigh Bardugo, and it's beautiful. Look at it. Look at it! So yeah, I love Leigh Bardugo. She is without a doubt one of my top 5 favourite authors. I loved Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows. Other way around is how they came out. I love her Grisha world and those stories, and honestly she is without a doubt one of my favourite authors. So this book is 6 illustrated stories in the Grishaverse, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to delve into this story and to read more about the Grisha world. So they're all like this, so they're all illustrated. There's some more. Look at them. Look at it! So yeah, it's a beautiful book and I cannot wait to read the stories as well. Then I got We Are Okay by Nina LaCure. This is about a girl called Marin who has moved away to college and hasn't been home since she isn't planning to. Her grandfather died just before she came and she just doesn't want to see anyone or go back to what happened. She's not speaking to anyone, she's kind of keeping secrets, not talking about what's going on, and then her best friend from her hometown, Mabel, comes to visit her and she kind of, it's everything that happens there. I'm on chapter 6 of this book and I thought I was gonna love it because I really love Nina LaCure's book, but I've not been in a particular rush to read it, which I'm really sad about, and I will finish it at some point. But yeah, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if I'm just in a reading slump or something like that, but I'm just not kind of like eager to finish it. I will eventually, and I'm sure I'll let you know my thoughts. And yeah, that was another one that I got recently. And then I also just want to talk about like 3 other things which are, before I get into the giveaway stuff, which are technically books and things I think you guys will be interested in, even if they're not like reading books. So the first thing, I got the Mortal Instruments colouring book, finally! It took me a while. I went into Waterstones to look for some books and also some things to do while I'm in the hospital, because I was packing my bag and they were like, you need to bring things to do and things that keep you occupied, and I don't just want to be sat on my phone and that kind of thing. So I wanted to get some colouring books, and I've almost finished my Harry Potter one, so I decided to buy this one finally, and I'm really excited about it. It's got pictures from all of the books, so it's got like the scene and then a quote here which is the scene. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to start colouring it. I'm actually rereading the Mortal Instruments at the moment, which I love. I've missed them so much. I haven't read them in ages, so yeah, I'm halfway through City of Bones and I'm loving it. So I got this one as well. And then also, these aren't colouring books, but I thought you guys might be interested. I got these little notebooks. So this looks like a Daily Prophet, this looks like the Quibbler. These are in Sainsbury's. They were £3 for both of them, so like £1.50 each essentially. They come in a pack. They're really cool. They're like little jotter notepads, but I thought you guys might be interested in them because they're Harry Potter related and it's, you know, so thought I'd mention them. Okay, so exciting news. Another book which I got this month is The Ritual, and this book is on its way. It's in the post. I'm being sent it by Entertainment One. The reason for this is because the film comes out on Friday the 13th and it's based on a group of friends, and when a friend of theirs dies very tragically, they decide to all get together for a hiking trip in the woods as bonding and kind of reminiscing about old times and sharing that friendship. But there is a menacing presence in the woods stalking them, and it all goes a bit wrong. And I actually saw the trailer for this film last time I was in the cinema and thought, I need to see this. It's got Rafe Spall in it, who I love, and I just thought I really need to see this film. So when they got in touch with me, I was very excited. I'll be giving away 3 copies of the book. All you need to do is answer the question: where did the group of college friends go on a trip in The Ritual? Is it A, Ibiza, B, Sweden, or C, Budapest? So just answer that in the comments on my website, and you need to read these, okay? On my website is a post all about the giveaway and the whole terms and conditions, and I need you to read those terms and conditions because it's important to know what's going on. So that will be in a link down below. Please go and read that before entering. Make sure you know everything that's going on and you know what's happening. I obviously need to send the book to you, so you need to be able to give me your address if you win, so make sure that that is okay as well. Good luck with that. But yeah, make sure you read all the terms and conditions. Make sure it'll be okay if you give me your address. That's the only prize. You can't have an alternate prize or anything like that. It's just a copy of the book. So yeah, so that was a book haul. A very big book haul. I got a lot of books this month. I'd love to know which books you have got this month. Have you got any of these? Have you read any of these? What other ones have you been reading? What other ones have you been buying? I would love to know. If you're new here but you would like to stick around, then you can press subscribe and the little notification bell down there. And as usual, all my links will be in the description below. Run on the road on everything. So if you would like to come and hang out with me on the social medias, you can do that. My website is renontheroad.com. Please go and read those terms and conditions. Thank you guys for watching. I hope we're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.